Listen right now. I had to shut it off. Welcome, Squeeze. Welcome. Jenny Kim.
Welcome.
We have a guest star today, Squeeze. Welcome to the Squeeze and it's not the Squeeze and Brad show.
Here we
it's
go.
The Brad. It's the Jenny show. You got to first of all, to be the Jenny show, you got to actually talk into the microphone because nobody will hear you otherwise.
As close as you can get.
Right there. You go.
Gotcha.
Now
Jenny show.
it's the Jenny show. It could be the Jenny show. We'll see. We'll see
Isn't
how
there
you.
a show called the Jenny Show already?
We'll see how you. Well, it's funny when
There is a show called The Jenny
Megan
Show.
when Megan was on.
Just Megan.
It was just Megan, and we had the whole joke was that it sounds like a sitcom, and welcome to Just Megan, And so we'll see how it goes. And by the way, Jenny, just so you know, we're live on Facebook right now.
Could you tell the folks who Jimmy is?
Well, Jimmy,
Excuse-
I don't know.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, who's Jimmy?
Hi, I'm Jimmy. Nice
Jimmy.
to meet you.
I'm Jimmy.
I realize you
Nice
guys.
to meet you.
You all never introduce anyone until the show is about over.
Well, that's your
By
job.
the way, you've just been speaking with Jenny. It's been 45 minutes.
That's your job. But my job is to introduce the show. And I was telling Jenny this morning, and you can introduce who Jenny is in a
I
second.
thought it was my job to introduce the show.
Yeah, I was just telling Jenny this morning. It is your job to introduce the show.
Oh, really?
I'm the it's like the pre-guy who comes in and warms up the crowd before the real host comes
You're
out.
the hype man.
I'm the hype man.
Yeah, you're the hype man.
Right. So I was telling Jenny, I said, the 9 o'clock show where I think we're a little more, retarded and laid back and funny, and the 12 o'clock show is more square and more serious about
it's too proper.
immigration. I don't know how that turned that way, but that's kind of how it went. But this is the Brad and Squeeze show. It was originally going to be called the Squeeze and Brad show, but then it sounded like Squeeze and Brad. So we didn't want to call it Squeeze and Brad because then I'm like, I don't want to be squeezed. That's horrible. So instead we called it Brad and Squeeze. And although Squeeze was very upset about this,
I was not.
Were you upset?
he was a
No, I
little
was
upset.
not. He came over. He's like, I'm surprised you don't have an issue.
He was
with
very
it. I'm like,
upset about. He was very
no.
upset about it.
Was not.
He was not
I think
upset.
he wants you to be upset over it. That's it.
Yeah, I was surprised. Exactly, I was surprised he was not upset about it.
Yeah.
What that?
But it's cool.
It's cool.
Jenny, I
Yes.
learned a few things in life.
What have you learned?
As long as your family's okay and you're getting paid, everything is okay.
Priorities.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Yeah. I guess if I said, by the way, it's the Brad and Squeeze show, and you're working for free, maybe it would have been.
It'd have been an
a
issue.
little more
It'll
upset.
be a major issue. We'll be fighting, tussling. Oh, God.
Oh my God.
But
By the
anyway.
way, Squeeze, you're not even in my Facebook. Why don't you show Squeeze? Look at them in his nice white spring sweater.
Yeah.
Where's that from?
Nice white teeth.
Where's that from? Xenia?
Got to get a clean.
That looks like a Xenia sweater to me.
How'd you guess?
Because I know.
What's
Looks like-
Xenia?
It's a fancy
Fancy.
Italian. It's a
Fancy
fancy.
is what it
It's a
is.
fancy pants.
Oh, you make some money.
One of those fancy pants brands.
Oh, man, you
Right?
must be pretty,
I work 24 hours.
One
must
of
be
those,
pretty successful.
one of those fancy. I only know that because I know what the man wears.
huh?
I know what he wears. I know where he shops.
You guys
I-
go
I-
shopping together,
No, we don't go
Brad?
shopping
No, we
together. But I've known
live
him for
together.
I know him for some. We're like the odd couple. So we're like the new odd couple. The new. There was already a new odd couple. We're the new odd couple.
Okay.
Right.
And Brad is telling me now I can't get suits that has the stitched in handkerchief.
No, that's queer.
Oh, it's already stitched in?
This is
Yours?
not stitched in. No,
No, that
this
one-
I
is-
was
this
going
is-
to say.
Yeah,
no,
but
but
feel-
squeezes.
Okay.
But
I got a couple of them.
Squeezes-
Yeah. What the hell?
Squeezes has them already stitched in, and I'm like, that's
Where do
like wearing a pre-made tie.
The bow ties.
It's
and
the-
know,
this
everything
the-
that.
Like
Clip
someone
on.
in this room doesn't wear pre-made tie.
No, the bow tie is pre-made, but not the regular clip-on tie here. That's
Bow
like
tie that you wear.
the bow
I tie my bow tie.
Okay, well, you're very good.
Fancy pants sometimes.
Fancy Pants knows how to tie his own bow tie there.
It is very bourgeois.
Bourgeois. Anyway, folks,
So why
once
don't you
again,
introduce who Jenny is now? Now that I've done.
ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
okay, Jenny is the better-looking person on this side of the room.
Yes.
All right, just want to
Where's
say
the
that she's an attorney at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, an immigration attorney. All right, and I know for a fact that she knows what she's talking about. She has helped many people. I've actually gotten involved with her in reference to immigration, and I've seen that she really knows what she's talking about.
Thank
you know
you.
what? You know what I like about Jenny? When everybody has left the building and is going about their business, and I'm here working, and I walk by, Jenny's always in her office working. What's up with that? And when you walk by the boss's office, Brad's office, He's not in his office.
But that's why he's the boss.
Why?
Last time I checked, I was the
He
boss.
can
I'm
leave.
still in my office. even the boss of the law office of Spar who walked by like, what are you doing? Go home.
By the way, on Periscope, RJ says there's a lot of bonding going on right now on the show.
Anyway, folks, but seriously, we
By
are
the
going
way,
to be taking your questions now at 1-800-529-5465. Jenny's ready to answer questions. Brad's ready to answer questions. Little Nikki and SMG, we're all ready to answer questions. Remember to share. And, of course, that's on the social media pages. It happens to be Facebook, and that's Facebook Live, David Squeeze Annakie. Also, the law offices of Spar Bernstein. Same name on YouTube. And, of course, on Spar Bernstein, it's Periscope.
Correct. And by the way, you can congratulate Jenny. She just got awarded second
Lawyer?
year in a row Super Lawyers.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
Jenny.
thank you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Which is
Exciting.
a great honor because most of the honors that you see a lot of lawyers get, not all of them, but many of them are, I don't know how the honor was determined, okay? But Super Lawyers is a good honor because it's determined by your peers. They actually send out ballots and your peers vote for you, and then whoever the top vote getters are actually get it.
Very
So-
exciting.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's
So
pretty cool.
it's like playing in the NBA, and then the NBA players vote who goes on the All-Star team.
That's good.
Right?
That's
It's the same
good.
thing. Right?
good.
Wow.
But let's make the show very interesting. Jenny, what has been your most interesting moment here at Spar Bernstein with someone that you have helped?
Oh man, there's so many.
Most passionate, touching, what have really touched your soul? What really, I want to hear that from you before we get to questions at 1-800-529-5465.
One of my most memorable cases that I worked on was with a doctor who had received his residency training here in the U.S.
Is
and
this the J1 he had from
came-
1982?
no, it was like the 1970s.
70s. He had a 2-year home residence requirement and never left the country.
Can
Can I hear the story from Jenny?
Yeah, I just remember it too.
It's a
Jenny
really,
did
really
it. I
good
just
case.
remember the story. Right.
And he was a surgeon, I believe,
Yes.
and he fell out of status, but he was still able to continue working as a doctor.
Got to talk into the microphone. Yes.
All right.
Right.
There we go.
Right.
Still,
Just remember now. Here's some media training.
Okay.
Okay.
we go.
Look at the camera.
Inside joke.
Look at the camera because we always talk about this all the time. All right. Look at the camera. Talk in the microphone. Squeeze is listening to you anyway. Don't turn your head to him.
Okay.
Because and the only reason I said this is because SMG always says to us, "You guys need media training. You're never talking
do.
in the microphone.
Do you have media
You're
training,
talking,
SMG?
You're
I
talking. You're talking. You're
Says
talking
Brad
over
needs
each
media
other.
training, not me.
Right. Right.
No, Brad
oh,
needs
okay.
it.
Brad needs it. Brad
Right. Because
needs
I
it.
talk over everybody. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But ultimately, we were able to get a waiver for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after maybe 30, 40 years in the U.S., he was finally able to get his green card.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
a guy who's a surgeon in a hospital,
Mm-hmm.
saving people's lives every day, and
Yep.
was an illegal alien, out of status for 40 years.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, 40 years.
Super duper nice guy, too.
And was unable to get his green card because he came on a J visa and had a 2-year home residence requirement. So anything that he had to do, even if I think he was married to an American citizen, right?
He was.
Right.
was.
So, but even, I'm married to an American citizen, I'd like to get a green card. Sorry, you have a 2-year home residence requirement that's attached to
You have
that
to
J
go
visa.
home for 2 years.
You have to go home for 2 years.
Unbelievable.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Right. Then if he went home, he would have been barred for 10 years also because of overstaying for all those years probably as well.
Possibly, but
Possibly.
Most memorable.
Yes.
But we have
I remember
lots of
that
wonderful
case.
cases.
I remember that
Brad
case.
does not remember a lot of cases, but he remembers that.
Do you know how many people have walked through this office?
Didn't we reach 50,000 at a certain
Like
point
over a
recently?
decade ago.
A decade ago.
A
okay.
decade
what
ago.
What are we now at?
Where since 2000, since December 1999.
Okay.
That's all. Our records don't go back further than that. But since December of 1999, we have had over 75,000 clients
Wow.
walk through the door.
Wow.
Well,
So this office has been around since 1958. So I don't even know. I wasn't even alive in 1958. So God knows how many Harry Spar had. But this office has probably helped hundreds of thousands
Wow,
of people.
amazing.
It's amazing when you think about it. So how could I possibly remember every last
Of course,
person?
of
Let me,
course.
not to stroke your ego. As a
Yes.
matter of fact, I was talking
Don't
with
stroke my ego.
Yeah, a
please.
couple of friends, I was telling them that my ankle was fractured, and one of them responded in a group, are you sure it's your ankle and not your ego that's fractured?
Yikes, yikes.
One of my friends.
Yep, they know Squeeze. They know Squeeze.
They really know
Right,
me,
yeah.
so I have to curse them out. You know,
Right.
some expletives I would rather not
Right.
use on 93.5, which we're on. But Jenny, did you know that Brad is responsible for the head of a $16 billion company CEO that got his green card?
Really?
Yeah, he came here with nothing.
Wow. When was
Yeah.
this? This was.
As a matter of fact,
10 years
I won't
ago.
tell you which company it is.
Right.
but
I'll
if-
tell you. I'll tell you
ask.
off the air. You know.
If you
Okay.
check, the magazine called Fast Company right
Right.
now,
Okay.
they're on the front page, and the IPO is coming up very soon.
That is amazing. Congratulations, Brad.
Amazing.
Yeah. Nope, I'm not part of the IPO though.
You give him the option?
I just got a green card. I just got a green card for the guy, and then
$16
I just got a green card for the guy, and then I'm forgotten about
So
it.
Yeah,
maybe I
guys,
should
like,
be
yeah, but-
congratulating Brad.
You
huh?
think he would call me and say, you know,
The
hey,
weirdest,
here.
the weirdest thing is that the company is like about 50 feet away from Brad's office.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm
Yes,
very
yes,
curious
yes,
now. Yeah.
yeah.
But Brad, do you know that I still once in a while get perspectives coming in asking to speak with Mr. Spar?
Really?
Yes.
Wow, those are old timers. Mm-hmm. Some old timers.
Or just they
Yeah.
see Spar
Right.
before Bernstein.
Right, and they said, well, who's Spar? A lot of times people don't know who Spar is. Mm-hmm. Right? Do you know who Spar is, little Nikki?
I didn't, not until I started working here.
You didn't know. You just thought he
I
was
knew
a,
of your company, but
Right, but you didn't know he was some fictitious human being.
no, I didn't. I assumed he was a
He
person.
was a person. Right.
Yeah, we just won't say it. I showed
Okay.
her the company,
Yes,
but we
yes,
just won't say
yes,
it.
Yes.
I'm proud of the guy.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Proud of the guy.
Brad would have been happier if he had the IPO though.
Yeah,
Part
right.
of it.
And he thinks I'm hanging around because I like being his friend.
And you want to know what? That guy, by the way, that guy came to me. Well, I can't talk.
Yeah, you can't put
Yeah.
it out there.
Yeah.
It's all right.
All right. But whatever. Happy for him.
Yeah, you should be.
Yes.
All right. Helping a lot of
Right.
folks. You know,
I'd be happier if I got a piece of the IPO.
no, you wouldn't. You'd be like, I'm quite sure you would. But one lady said to me on the plane, seeing that I travel every weekend, other than this past weekend due to the ankle, and she said, "You and Brad don't realize how much you really, really help a lot of people. I don't think you all really understand how much you really help people." And Brad and I were speaking the other. I'm like, you know what? We really, really don't look into it and say how much. We just come in and just
We
do the
just
show
come and
every
do it.
day.
Right,
And you guys have
We
fun.
change
doing it.
lives.
We do, yeah. And so does Jenny.
Yeah, health, work, career, future, legacies. We have done a lot.
Ajay says my fee must have been $1 billion. Unfortunately, it wasn't because when he came to me, he had no money.
Yep. But anyway, Jenny, once again, is an immigration attorney, and Brad Bernstein happens to be the guy who's at the helm. Let's start taking some calls.
Yes.
Little Nicky, you haven't said anything.
Little
Yes,
Nicky's
I have.
Little Nicky's very quiet today.
Is she normally that quiet?
No,
on the
she
radio?
is,
Yes,
no,
I am.
she is very, very verbose.
Maybe
Verbose.
It's me being
Right.
here.
Maybe.
No, I
Is
love
Jenny intimidating you?
No, she's
Oh.
adorable.
She is
Aw,
adorable,
thank
but she
you.
could be very intimidating sometimes.
Yes, she
no?
can. In
She
the
can be,
courtroom,
right?
very intimidating.
Very intimidating. Here, Squeeze. You have to pass this to Squeeze. All right.
Thank you.
And the telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. By the way, SMG came up with a new excuse why he was late today.
Oh, God.
All right. I heard it all. Squeeze came in last week and said he was stuck in an elevator 2 days in a row. Okay. I said, wow, that's crazy that you'd get stuck in the same elevator.
Wait, SMG or Squeeze?
No, that was last
Oh,
week.
for
So
Squeeze,
now
okay.
SMG walks into the studio at 9:02, so we had to
All
set up-
frazzled.
all frazzled, right? You saw him. We had to set up without him, and he comes and he goes, "I got stuck in the train." What is with this?
Have you taken the train?
No.
Okay.
We didn't know.
Because I live downtown. I don't have to take
Last
the train.
time Brad took the train was
I
to
was
the
gonna
Barclays
ask that.
Center, I'm quite sure.
I was going to ask that. When was the last time you took the subway, Brad?
Probably over a year ago.
Yeah,
Because-
then you wouldn't know.
Yeah, because before that I was in Long Island, so
Mm-hmm.
I would drive back and forth, and now I live down here in downtown Manhattan, so I walk to work.
No, and MTA does. Well, actually, never mind. Let me just.
You know
Leave
the,
it all
you know
out.
the weirdest thing, Jenny? This guy lives 1 block away from me. Never invited me over to his housewarming or anything.
No, I haven't.
Ooh.
You know what's
What's up with
really
that?
weird, Jenny? This guy was in town all weekend, a block away from me. Didn't call me once to say, "Hey, let's go out." Not once.
Sound like a married couple.
Odd couple.
All right,
Yeah.
1-800-529-5465.
Let's get to some questions.
By the way, this is really a show about helping people, not a show about stroking Squeeze's ego.
And
But,
neither is it
yes.
stroking Brad.
Right.
But I think we did a good job in speaking about what this firm has done.
Yes.
And we have 2 super lawyers in studios right now. And folks, as much as we go back and forth with the jokes, they are really good attorneys. if I were out there listening to the show, I mean, after 20 years of listening to the show, you would think that this organization or this show has really genuinely done something, and they really have. I cannot vouch for us. I can't vouch for any other law firm that has done much as Spar and Bernstein. And I'm not saying that because of Brad. I have met quite a few of the attorneys. All right, Paul Hirsch, criminal
Paul Hirsch.
defense. Okay, he does like it when I say that.
No,
you
he's
know,
not, he says he's a teddy bear. He's not hard.
Russell,
Right.
you know, Jenny. You know, I could go on and on and
Just
on.
Megan.
Just Megan.
Marino.
You know, Marina.
Who we don't have.
Carmela.
Carmela.
You know,
Right. Who else have we had on the show recently?
right. Where's Marino?
Marino. He
Yeah.
was down in Puerto Rico. He took a long weekend, enjoying Puerto Rico.
Very nice.
Sounds like fun.
Yes, I
Very
wasn't
nice.
invited to that trip either.
Very nice.
Would you have wanted to be invited, Brad?
With him and his fiance, no. I'd probably be a third wheel. All right, 1-800-529. We have Effie, and then 11 open lines. So let's speak to Effie, and then while I'm speaking to Effie, everybody else call. We're going to start answering your questions right now. 1-800-529-5465. Effie.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, pleasant good morning, Effie. How are you?
Good morning. It's Essie, by the way.
What, by the way?
Essie?
Essie. Okay.
Yeah, Essie.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I have a concern because I got here last February 24, and I got here with a K-1 visa. And right now, we got married last March the 3rd, and of course I have to do the adjustment status. So, but my husband right now is kind of, sometimes he's threatening me of not doing the adjustment because we're having some trouble sometimes. So what are my options if he doesn't do the adjustment for me?
Well, you can, I'll let Jenny talk, but I mean, you can, if the marriage happened within the 90-day period, you can look up on Google, because Google knows everything, by the way. This is what I have learned. Whenever I don't know an answer, I ask Google, okay? And you can look up, there is a case, I believe it's called Matter of Sese, is that correct?
That's correct, Matter of Sese.
All right, so you look up, because you don't have to trust me, or trust Jenny, or trust Squeeze, or Little Nikki, or SMG.
You know, you can
but
turn her down
trust-
a little while you're answering.
You can trust...
Telephone one.
Yes, you can trust, thank you very much. Ooh, very good engineering, Squeeze.
Thank you so much.
You can trust Google.
Yeah.
And if you read Matter of Sese, it says that if you get married within the first 90 days of you entering the United States on a K-1 visa, you do not need your husband to sponsor you. You can sponsor yourself, provided there's an affidavit of support that was done at some point in time. Sometimes immigration gives us a problem with that. If there is, I heard something about using power and threats, and I'm not sure if there is some sort of emotional abuse or physical abuse going on, but certainly if that's the case, you shouldn't be living with the man, and you can
No,
file on your
safety
own as
first.
well. So there are options, especially since you already got married. What I would suggest you do is make an appointment to come in to see us. I don't know if you want to add anything to that, Jenny.
No, I think you covered it.
I covered
Brad.
it. All right, so I'm going to let Jenny answer all the rest of the questions now.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
All right. Once again, folks, this is the Brad and Squeeze Show. We're answering immigration questions, all compliments of the law offices of Spar and Bernstein and the Link Up Media Group of Companies, powered by Page 21. We'll talk about that later. Now, the number is 1-800-529-5465. Let me be slow. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LawLink. Make the link, make the connection, make it obviously Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-529-5465. Also, we got to remind you, you can catch us on social media. On Facebook. I'm quite sure SMG's got a question. SMG, just pop a question.
1 second. I have a question.
Yeah.
Because
People are saying that you're low.
who's
I'm low?
Brad is.
Yes, but I just raised all the volume.
No,
so,
it's not
so
there.
Hopefully...
It has to do with what you're feeding.
No,
into them.
but I just raised the volume on my end here, so maybe I raised my feed up and now everything is okay. So let everybody know before little Nikki starts unplugging stuff.
Is the same rig plugged in? You
Okay.
didn't switch the rigs yet, right?
No, it's the same.
Okay. So then
let's
when the
see-
next
let's see how
caller
it
comes in,
goes.
we'll see if we can
Let's
hear
see
them.
how it goes, okay?
Calibration, and this is a great show.
Yes, if
moment.
SMG had not gotten stuck in the train, maybe he would have tested everything.
MTA, man.
Right, okay,
Just not looking
beforehand.
out for me.
I was just gonna say, what would you do without SMG? He just seems to know
A whole lot.
everything.
Right. I'm going to tell you something. What would we do without him?
Crash and burn.
We would hire somebody else who actually shows up on time. That's what we would do.
By the way,
When you
Brad's
come from
last
the
name is
Bronx,
Lambast.
what can you do?
All right, now hearing Brad perfectly. You see, you didn't have to unplug anything.
No, it's the call.
All right.
Caller.
It was the caller. 1-800-529-5465.
Great Q&A from our fans.
Yes, very good. Sharon,
Yes, good morning, Bernstein.
how are you, Sharon?
Morning, Bernstein.
I'm fine. What I want to ask you, I have a friend of mine. She hospitalized and she need extension because she came here and she got hospitalized, so she need extension to stay a little bit more longer because she's in the hospital. How could I go about it?
Well, we can go ahead and apply for an extension of her visitor's visa. I'm assuming that she came in on a visitor's visa. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if that's the case, then we can request up to a 6-month extension based on her circumstances. The fact that she's been hospitalized, it's not possible for her to return to her home country if she needs medical.
Yeah, they're not going to you're not going to throw you out of the hospital. The issue becomes if she's hospitalized in an emergency situation and she's getting government assistance,
Yeah, how's she
emergency
paying for her?
Medicaid, they may give her a problem extending her visa. So what I would suggest is make it a
No, she's not getting no.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
So
yeah,
then you can certainly, as long as you get a doctor's letter saying, basically you just need a doctor saying it's his medical opinion that she shouldn't travel right now. She's in a hospital, and a plane ticket purchased for her in 6 months to say, here, I'm going to be leaving in 6 months when I'm better.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Hold on 1 second. We can help.
1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAWLINK. I must remind you as we get to the next question in under 10 seconds that this is a full-service law firm with a criminal defense department, personal injury, family law. What am I forgetting?
Tax.
Tax. Thank you so much. All right. Let's get to another call. Let's go to Angel.
Angel.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Hi,
How are you?
Brad. Hi,
Good
Queen.
morning,
morning.
Angel.
Hi, Angel.
Hi, I don't know your guest name, but hi.
You don't know who's
Jenny.
Jenny.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
It's Jenny.
Hi, good morning, Jenny.
Jenny from the block.
Yeah.
Someone said, Jenny, the immigration genie. Rub the lamp if you need her.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
She's married. Sorry.
That is on your Periscope, by the way.
Yeah, I said Periscope gets all the weirdest things. I don't think your husband would like that one, right?
Yeah.
I think he actually might like that.
You would like that one?
He'd be like, that's a good one.
All right. Hey, what's your question?
Brad, I think I need your help, but I'm not really sure. The thing
What?
is, I'm in Jamaica. My husband is an American citizen. He's over there. We're doing my filings for. We made a little error before with our affidavit of support, and they sent it back to the corrections, and we redo it and sent it in. They said that could take 11 weeks to revise. That's fine. That's whatever. But
Wait, I lost
my
you.
thing is-
Yeah,
I lost you.
I
What
got
happened?
up to
What
the
happened?
affidavit of support.
What
but
happened?
that's
Yeah,
it.
what happened with the affidavit of support?
Oh, they sent it back to us with some corrections.
All right, so they just
Some
screwed up the
basic
affidavit of
corrections.
support. Okay.
Yeah, so there was 2 things that we needed to fix and send it back.
And you fixed it or no?
Yeah, we fixed it and sent it back.
Okay, so
It's
what's the
11
problem now?
weeks, so that's not the problem. The thing is that right now, I think I called you before, and I told you that I lost a baby before in 2015 when we just got married, but now I'm pregnant again.
Right, I remember this call from a month or two ago. She lost the baby and now she's
Yeah.
pregnant again. And then the question is
Yeah.
what's going to happen with the baby? We had this discussion about a month ago. I don't know why I remember this question. A lot of
Okay.
times I don't.
No,
And so
not
because I said you had to get the green card before you give birth, because otherwise you're going to have a
Yeah.
problem bringing the baby up.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
So now you screwed up the affidavit of support. You delayed, but guess what? The baby's still coming out when the baby's coming out.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
what you
so
need
I
to
think
do is
you
have your husband contact us so we can get this going and move it forward and see if we can speak to the powers that be to get this thing on. Because what's going to
Yeah.
happen is she's going to give birth, and then she's going to get a green card, but then the baby has to have a different filing. But
And
US
that's-
citizen.
the baby could possibly be a
Yeah.
U.S. citizen. Now that I'm just thinking about it, thank you very much, super lawyer Jenny.
he's a
That's what I'm here for.
Yes, that's why Jenny's here, because the baby, when the baby's born, as long as the
Baby's
baby's father was living in the United States for 10 years prior to the birth, and he's a U.S. citizen now, then the baby's a U.S. citizen.
And the thing is, the reason why I lost the first was because of some health solution here in Jamaica. I got very, very sick and developed preassumption, all kind of stuff.
All right, so thank you, Jenny. But I don't hear you at all, but I get the gist. Hold on, okay? I think you need to make an appointment. But that was a good idea. I didn't think the baby's going to be a U.S. citizen anyway. Yeah, assuming that the father been living in the United States for 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what I want to say is, folks, if you call here and you say that you think you need Brad's help, you need Brad's help.
Right.
That's
and
how I
if,
look
and
at it.
if you say you think you need Jenny's help, you definitely
Yes.
need Jenny's help.
Absolutely.
If you think you need little Nikki's help, little Nikki first has to go to law school.
Depends what they need help
What do you need help with?
Makes
What can you
sense.
help people with, little Nikki?
How to be quiet.
I can-
Show them how to be quiet.
No.
I can do that, yes.
Yes. What else can you help them with?
I can help them be comfortable while
Right.
I'm at the front desk.
Very good.
You know?
Yes.
Oh, she's the
And-
director of First
She's
Impressions.
director of First Impressions.
Yes,
Yes,
I
right.
am.
I totally forgot.
Right.
Interesting title.
Little Nikki can help you reduce
Thank you.
reduce
That's a
your
really great title.
yes. Little,
Thank you.
Little,
First impression.
yes.
Thank
Little,
you.
little
Thank you.
Nikki can help you reduce your anxiety and stress.
Exactly.
She can be a nice companion for dinner or lunch. No.
No?
No. Why not? You don't do lunch.
You
Why are
gotta
you always
do-
pimping people off, Brad?
It's a very strong word.
This is called, I'm not pimping anybody off.
That's a very
I'm
strong
not pimping
word.
anybody off. This is good customer service.
You went from good customer service to have lunch.
And lunch and dinner.
I didn't say do anything after the lunch. I
I
just
can
said go
suggest-
ahead.
No, one time I came in and
See
they
why
said
this shows what it is, Jenny?
I was being auctioned off for a date.
Yes. That is very
I was
true.
like, what?
Yes, I auctioned SMG off for a date.
So you know what he did? He ran to China.
Yes, he went to China. China.
They don't understand that you can't do that. You know, like imagine they auction you off for a date. You're gonna get in trouble if you have someone back at home. You know.
Right.
So I can't.
But you told me you had
Yeah,
nobody.
yeah, he has.
do this
He
It's
told
very
me-
confused.
It changes every week.
He told me
I
he
like to
had
keep my
nobody.
personal life personal. That's all. But I cannot be auctioned off for a
Right.
date.
Right. The woman in China was very upset about it.
Why do you guys keep thinking that that's something serious?
You went to China.
You went to
just
China
to visit a friend.
to visit a
female.
friend.
Do you not
Was
travel
it-
for culture?
Was it to visit a friend in
Yes.
China? I didn't know
The-
about that.
yes, he went-
I thought
he
it was
went-
just for
Let
travel.
me ask you a
Your
question.
friends just for traveling.
Let me ask you a
but-
question. Would you go
Halfway
and
around the world.
Around the not halfway. That is around the
Around the
world.
world.
Okay, I don't know if when you were little they said if you keep digging you'll see China. That's around the world. Okay. Except I think Shaquille O'Neal thinks the world is flat. Did you see that?
What? No.
Yes.
We're getting off tangent.
We'll get off tangent. But if you go around the world, and how long was that flight? Just remind me.
Over
15
20
hours.
And how many different planes did you have to take?
2.
And how much was the cost of the airplane?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Okay. And who are you going to see there in China?
A friend.
A friend who's
That's
a
not
female.
what I said. That's what they interpreted.
Is
I,
a
that's what I
friend.
said.
That's
I
what
said
you
I'm going
said.
to travel, but I have
No.
Jenny, if you have someone that lives across the world, you can stay there for free. Would you not do that instead of
Check
buying a
Facebook. I
hotel?
bet you someone
Think
commented and
that.
said you said friend.
I don't care what they say. I know what I said.
Yes. Tamika says SMG is very, very secretive.
I am. Personal
Yes.
life is just that. Personal.
All right, let's go back to Mr. Brown. He has an immigration.
Mr. Brown, what is your immigration question? I have 2 attorneys in the room.
Hello?
Hello. Sounds like you're calling from long distance over
She's
voice over
underwater.
IP.
She's underwater right now.
So let's give it a shot. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry if you can't hear me. Well, I have a question, trying to make it very short. I have a niece that came here when she was very little, I think around 6 years old, and dad passed away, mom passed away.
How old is she now?
And she's 22 now. And
All right,
she's
so-
scared to do any paperwork.
She should do the DACA.
Here.
She should do the DACA.
What is it?
DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. I'm going to put you on hold because we're having a bad connection. But she should, at the bare minimum, she's been here since she was 6 years old, she should be doing Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, and then from there we'll figure out how to,
Thank you so much, Jenny.
You're welcome.
You said Jenny was answering all the questions. For a minute there, you turned into Jenny. That's what you said. I'm going based on what you are saying.
Oh, my God.
Jenny, you really have changed.
It's gonna become the Jenny and Squeeze
Yes.
show.
Yes,
No, no,
sounds good.
Well, actually, Squeeze. Well, that's even worse. Squeeze and Jenny.
Yeah, no, Jenny and Squeeze show. I don't think a husband would like that.
Yes, come join us for Squeeze and Jenny.
No, Jenny and Squeeze show. All right, so let's go to another call. Once again, folks, the number is 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Make sure you call us, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll get that going. SMG, why don't you pop a question from social media before we get back to 1-800-529-5465 and take some calls.
Okay, no problem. Quick one that someone says is if they can retain you before anything happens for a criminal defense attorney. That's one random question.
So
he's asking.
are they thinking they're going to commit a crime in the future, or they just feel that they
Maybe-
could be targeted because they're a minority?
I think it's the latter.
It's the latter.
Or maybe they've
The
committed
answer,
a crime?
the
or-
answer, well, no, they haven't yet. But the answer is you could always retain
Yeah.
a lawyer, and if we do work for you, great. And if we don't, then the money just sits there until we do.
Okay, so there you have it.
Right.
You want another quick one, or?
Let's go to Sandra. Okay.
We
and
went
then,
to Sandra already.
No, we haven't gone to Sandra yet.
We didn't?
No.
Okay.
We're going to go to Sandra, and then
Oh, that was Angela.
and then I have to explain to Jenny what page 21 is of my contract. And then we have a little segment called "What's on Little Nikki's Mind," and then we have another segment called "Speed Round." You're gonna learn all about our
Fun
show.
stuff.
Yes. All right, Sandra.
Hi, morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I just called to get some information or some more clarity on the job sponsorship. So I'm a babysitter. So the person that I'm working for, that person can do the I-130. And I
No.
heard you say something like, as long as you can prove that you're not taking away the job from
Yes.
an American citizen. How do you prove that? Because isn't every job every American can do?
No. The answer is no, yes, no. But Jenny will explain it all to you.
The way that you prove that you're not taking a job away from an American is the employer has to put advertisements in the newspaper 2 Sundays, consecutive Sundays, advertising the position, and just as long as nobody applies that's qualified for the position, you've then proven to the government that there's nobody here in the U.S. that can take the position.
And they also have their own government statistics too. There's certain jobs that are on a Schedule B that says that there's always U.S. workers for. There's other jobs that are on a Schedule A, such as registered nurses, physical therapists, that there's a scarcity of U.S. workers for, and most jobs fall in between. And certainly there's Americans who are unemployed, but maybe not Americans who are unemployed with experience in that particular position. So that's how you prove it. And other times, there are Americans who are unemployed, and the job is undesirable to them, either because of the wage or because of the job duties, and they just don't want to do it.
Okay. So do you have to prove, do you have to be getting paid a certain way, like taking taxes out or off the books or whatever?
Well, it's going to be for future employment.
Yeah. Why don't you take her through the process quickly?
So, very quickly is the employer is going to request what's called the prevailing wage determination to the Department of Labor. So the government's going to set the minimum salary that needs to be paid to you based on the experience requirements as well as the job responsibilities. Then the employer puts the advertisements in the newspaper. Once, assuming that nobody applies to the position, then the employer can go ahead and file a labor certification application to the Department of Labor, outlining all the steps that they took to go ahead and do the advertisement, the recruitment, and then assuming that's certified, no issues, it's the I-140 petition that's filed, not the I-130.
Correct.
Okay.
And then from there, you got to figure out how you're going to get your green card. Are you going to be eligible to adjust? Are you eligible for a provisional waiver? Do you have a 10-year bar? Are you in legal status? So there's all sorts of issues that before we would start a job sponsorship, we want to make sure that we can finish it as well. So that's why you would need a consultation with us.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, hold on one second.
Okay. Once again, folks, you're in tune to the Brad and Squeeze Show. Make sure you tune in each and every single weekday at 9 a.m. and 12 noon. Obviously, that's Eastern Standard Time. We do have Jenny, one of our attorneys in studios, along with Brad Bernstein, another attorney, of course, and we're here answering questions.
Yes?
I believe that Jenny is answering all the questions.
Jenny
You haven't answered any question as yet. Jenny answered every question so far.
I believe we've been splitting it.
Yeah. Oh,
Is
really?
that okay? 50-50?
I
Yeah, is
just,
that all right?
Is that all right?
when my attorney
Jeez.
speaks, I listen.
Yes.
You know. So
Oh my God.
what? What? What's in little Nikki's mind?
We have to do page 21 first.
What's that?
Huh?
Huh?
Page
What's that?
what?
Yeah,
Page
what's-
21.
I don't know, Jenny. What's
Excuse
page
me?
21?
I have no idea.
No idea.
A lot of folks calling 1-800-LawLink though. Why is it that people always wait until the last minute to call?
Because they like to hear you joking around, and then they look at their watch, and then they say, "Oh my God, it's almost the end of the show. I better call with my question."
Are we at the end of the show already?
No, we got another 20 minutes.
Oh, I was gonna say it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Time flies,
Yeah.
huh?
No, we got another 20 minutes or so.
It's gonna fly.
So,
Though.
page 21.
So, no, serious note though.
What?
4 people just called and
then
they
they-
weren't answered. What's going on?
I don't know.
Fiona.
You have mutiny around there?
It's a mutiny.
Yeah.
They're gonna kick the door in.
It's a mutiny.
We're tired.
Let's all walk out
We
right
are, we are
now at the
tired
same
of
time.
answering the phones. Now,
Let's.
I don't know what the problem is. You all right? Why don't you go inspect and see?
I'm inspecting from here. Fiona.
He
There you
just-
go. See, the other one's gone.
He just never comes back.
Maybe they called. They were existing clients, and they called to speak to an attorney in the office.
we
Maybe
don't
they
know
were
what they're
saving
called.
All
the number.
5?
Maybe all 5.
He has popular attorneys.
Yes. All right, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. So page 21 is, by the way, this entire show is brought. Do you ever hear the company USA Credit Repair?
Yes,
Okay, so USA Credit Repair, do you know what they do?
they repair your credit.
Very good. Very good.
Very
Very good.
Super lawyer.
Super lawyer there, right. How did you deduce that, by the way? How did you deduce that through, what?
She's naturally smart.
Naturally smart. So USA Credit Repair sponsors the show. They're the one.
Okay.
It's their radio time, and they invite me to Brad and Squeeze to come on and do our shenanigans
Okay.
and answer questions. So in return, they actually said to me recently, and they said, you know what, we have to put this in writing. We can't just give you time and
We can't.
can't do it. So I said, all right, give me some contract, and they gave me a contract, and of course I don't read it.
You're a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer.
Why would you?
Why would I read it? So, no, I did read it, actually. That's not true. But in the very, very, very small print, it says that I, Brad Bernstein, must do a 3 to 4 minute commercial every day and talk about USA Credit
Speed it up, man. We're losing callers.
within the hour.
Okay.
Right.
Hurry up.
Yes, I know.
Jeez.
So,
You guys have been very aggressive today.
right. So anyway, so USA Credit sponsors us. Call them 1-800-872-7177, 1-800-872-7177. Bad credit, no credit, poor credit, no problem. They will get your credit up in 90 days. Money back guarantee, or Squeeze's name will be called
I don't know what I have to do with it, but you know.
Squeeze. If you don't get your credit up in 90 days, you get your money back, and Squeeze changes his name to Little Nicky. 1-800-872. Yes. From now on, Squeeze will be Little Nicky if you don't get your credit up in 90 days.
Let me top it off. Let me top it off.
Yes,
Ladies
okay.
and gentlemen, if you have bad credit, if you're under 700, you have bad credit, in my opinion. So all you got to do is just call one number, and you are guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen, for your score to increase. Just call 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-USA-7177.
And the website?
www.wefixbadcredit.com. Right, Nikki?
Right.
What's the number?
1-800-872-7177.
Wow.
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 Very good, Little Nicky.
Wow.
All right, so for everybody watching on YouTube at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein, we're going to come to your questions do the speed round in about 2 minutes. For everybody watching on Periscope, if you do have questions, we're going to come and get your questions as well in the speed round in about 2 minutes. And that's at Spar Bernstein. YouTube's at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein. For everybody on Facebook, on Squeeze's Facebook page at David Squeeze Annakie, he's going to read off his questions. And on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein page, we're going to have SMG read off the questions. So ask your questions now. Please share with your friends and family. That means take out your thumb. It's such a simple process. You take out your thumb, you press the button, and you share this with your friends and family. That's how people learn about the show.
Did little Nicky get a visit from the duppy last night?
I don't know.
So-
No, I
out of it.
didn't.
No duppy last night.
I'm usually always
No, it's because I had Little Nicky doesn't want to talk about it, but I sent one of those exorcist people over, and now
Yeah, remember when I said I didn't want to talk about it?
Yeah, right. And so now I sent it over, and they did some sort of religious chant, and now the duppy's gone.
I don't believe in it, so.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask.
Right.
Please don't.
Duffy's the ghost. The ghost in little Nikki's apartment building. So, what is on little Nikki's mind right now?
I heard something about an emergency rescue visa. Is that the same as asylum, or is it similar to asylum?
I don't know. There's no such thing as an emergency rescue visa.
Isn't? Oh,
No.
awkward.
Awkward.
Speaking about asylum, someone called me up yesterday and really yelled at me.
Why?
They were asking me, it's like, I just have a simple question, Squeeze, and you can answer it. I was like, no, I can't. Yes, you can answer it. No, you got to wait until tomorrow morning. No, you can answer the question. I'm like, no, I cannot. And she cursed me out.
Why?
Did she ask the question?
Proper. No, she didn't. I didn't give her a chance to. I said, call the show. It's against my contract.
Did she
That's
call
right.
today?
No.
No.
I told her that. I said, just call 2 minutes before the show starts.
You're good.
She's going to call 2 minutes after
Yeah.
and then stop at 11:58.
Call you again.
All right.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. All right, so now this is the segment where they read off the questions as quickly as possible. We answer it as quickly as possible so we can get on to the next question because there's so
Okay.
many questions on social media.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to ask everyone on social media to share with your friends and tell them that we are now ready to answer immigration questions on social media. So all you got to do right now is just share the page that you're watching with your friends and say, hey, they're ready to answer questions, and ask your questions now, right this second, and we will go through them. We've got two attorneys. Let's see which one of them gets stumped. You go first, SMG.
My sister filed for my parents, and my parents have a 14-year-old son who is not on the filing. He came to the USA on a visa. He is out of status. How can he receive a green card? My parents came last March.
Parents have to file for him, and then
Correct.
he's going to have to consular process before he turns 18.
21.
21.
Right.
Oh, 21.
21.
sorry.
Okay, Squeeze.
Okay, and once again, the number to call is 1-800-529-5465. That's the law office's number. Set an appointment there. All right, my friend came in the country on a visitor's visa. Got married 1 month after and wants to know if it was too early, and if so, will it affect filing for a green card?
It should be fine, just as long as they wait at least 90 days before the friend files for adjustment of status. Ultimately, immigration can question
What's
the intent.
intent.
The intention was and why he got married so early. But you can just explain, everybody's entitled to change their mind. Hey, came, decided to get married.
Right?
But this person did it in 1 month.
Yeah, shouldn't have done it in 1 month. 90 days is really the
Yeah,
time.
we always recommend
Right,
that.
but you did it.
Yeah.
Got to go with it.
Let's go with it. Let's work. If I were this person, my Dukes, I would come to Spar and Bernstein. Situations like this, I say Spar and Bernstein. This is not like, what was the name of that lady last week that says just go do it yourself?
Go do it yourself, lady. I got into a fight
Oh,
with this
yeah.
lady.
On the radio?
On the radio.
Yeah.
She used to go do it yourself, lady. She was telling, why do you need to go to a lawyer? Just go do it yourself.
Brad was a bit
Wait, but
abrasive, though. He called her a nincompoop.
So I called her
But he
nincompoop,
apologized.
and then she called on the radio because I was having the argument with her on Facebook, and then she called on the radio. She goes, I deserve an apology for being called a nincompoop.
good for her.
So yeah, good for her is right. And you
Yeah.
know what? Yeah, she probably didn't deserve that
Okay.
name. Okay, but she was still wrong. and then
Media
we ended saying we agree to disagree.
Okay.
And that's where SMG stepped in and said, sorry about that, he didn't get the media training.
Yes. Don't fight with the listeners.
All right, you're next, SMG.
If someone applies for an extension of a visiting visa, what are the chances of them being turned back on their next visit to the U.S.?
Depends how long they stayed and how soon they're trying to come back in. It really depends.
If they get an extension, they stay here for
For
1
a
year,
year.
and then they go home for 2 months, and then think they're going to come back, they're going to be turned around.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Once again, folks, the number is 1-800-529-5465 for you to book your appointments to see Jenny or Brad or any of the other associates. Let's move to another
Let's
question.
move to Periscope.
Oh, excuse me.
This is from Jamrock. If someone surrenders green card for visa, is a non-immigrant visa a guarantee?
No, but it should be almost 99%.
Yeah, Brad and I had this discussion before, I think, recently.
Yes. Almost like 99%, yeah.
And RJ wants to know how you hire so many people with beauty and brains.
Ooh.
Brad, how are you going to answer that question?
I hire who I don't
Don't try
hire.
to concoct anything now, man.
I am not.
All right.
Okay.
Just be truthful.
I will be absolutely 100% truthful. I go for it, and I interview somebody, and whoever is the most qualified gets the job. And it has nothing to do with beauty. It has everything to do with brains.
So everything
If they
just
happen
falls
to
in
be
place.
beautiful, that's
If
a
they
plus.
happen to be beautiful, who am I to complain? Right?
Okay, so you're saying the men are beautiful too.
Everyone's
Everybody's
beautiful.
beautiful in their own way.
Stumped. I'm just
Everybody's
saying.
beautiful in their own way.
All right.
We
Anyway,
have Glacia here. If someone came here on a visiting visa, got sick, and was in the hospital for a while, gets Medicare, and now they decide to stay and get married, is there any way you can help them?
Yes,
Yes,
100%.
100%. I agree. Whatever Jenny says, I'm just going to repeat. How's that?
All right. Well, this person, Arlene, wants to know about DACA and just what it means, what it stands for, what it is.
DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. It's a program that President Obama, when he was in office, put in place for individuals that came in as children to provide them with work permits, opportunity to get a job here, opportunity to go to school. Requirements are that you have to have come into the U.S. before age 16, either graduated from high school here, currently enrolled in school, or have gotten a GED, and you're able to prove that you've been living here since June of 2007 up until present time of filing.
Yeah, it's a
Nice.
it's deferred action,
Yeah.
so it's not a green card, but it's basically the government saying, we won't deport you and you can work here legally.
It's a great program for
Right.
People that qualify.
Who came here as
Yeah.
youngsters who didn't have any choice whether to come here or not.
And they're called Dreamers now, right?
Right, correct.
dreamers. All right. Do you guys mind if I ask a question?
Go ahead,
ahead.
please,
Go ahead.
Thank you
please.
so much, seeing that I was skipped.
Great.
How long it takes for a green card holder to file for an unmarried child over 21?
Ooh, the last time I checked, I
7
think it was
years.
around 7 years, yeah.
Yeah, 7 years.
All right, F1 student out of status. Do I need a waiver to get my green card if I have a job sponsor?
No, because you don't have the 10-year bar, presumably. But we would have to double
Assuming
check.
that you didn't file anything with
Right.
immigration in terms
Correct.
of changing your status
Correct.
or something along those lines, there
Correct.
should be no 10-year
The
bar.
best visa to overstay is the F1
F1.
and the J1.
Just as long as you're not subject to the 2-year home residency
Correct,
requirement.
like that doctor
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
for 40 years. Right, right. So if you have a 2-year home residence requirement, not such a good one to overstay.
No, no.
Right.
Okay. Good morning. My daughter is here, but I'm a citizen. I am putting in her filing paperwork next month. She wants to know if she can stay and receive her green card here or go back.
How old is she?
Yeah.
Doesn't say.
We
But
would need more.
get both
Un-
cases.
Under 21, yes. Over 21, no.
Okay. All right. There we go.
All right, next question is, good morning, guys. I have overstayed on my visitor's visa, but recently got married, and my husband wants to file for me, but we are not sure which form to file first. Is it the I-485 or the I-130? And how soon after filing can I apply for a work permit?
Both with the work permit. So you do the I-45, the I-130, the I-765. By the way, the I-130 now is 18 pages long.
I think
It
it's
just keeps
Up.
going.
What's up? What's up with that?
they're just making
It
it harder.
keeps
and harder.
going
It's
up.
going up and up and up. It's soon, they're going to call it it's not the I-130 form anymore, by the way. They're calling it the I-130 encyclopedia. That's what they're calling it now.
I recently tried filling it out with one of the clients, and I was just stumped. There's just so much information on there, and that's why
And you're gonna and you're a lawyer. Okay, so imagine now that you've never done this before.
So this goes back to the
And
data.
you are
Don't-
totally
Yeah.
screw it up. This is what
Exactly.
Donald Trump wants to
Nobody
happen.
listens to Squeeze.
This is what Donald
Always
Trump
say,
wants
go
to
to bed,
happen.
go to
Donald
bed.
Follow
Trump
him by
wants
himself.
you to screw it up. Donald Trump wants people to call the radio and say, "Do it yourself,
Yeah.
people." DIY, right? Do it. No, DIY.
By the way, the kid
DIY.
is 29 years old.
Yeah, don't overstay.
Okay.
DIY.
Don't overstay.
Okay? And Donald Trump wants everybody to do a DIY, 18 pages, then you got an I-45, then you got a work permit. And now this person's even asking, do I even file these together? Nobody knows what they're doing. And now they're going
And then they try to do it themselves.
And then what
And
happens?
screw it up.
And you know what happens when it gets screwed up?
And they call me.
You know
Can
what?
hook me up with your friend Brad? No. 1-800-LawLink.
But you
Call
want
that number.
But you want to know what happens when they screw it up?
What?
What happens under Barack Obama? You screwed it up. Yeah, you can
fine.
call Brad and Jetty. It's fine. You screwed it up. Try again. Okay, you just paid a filing fee again.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now you screwed it up. Donald Trump says you're out of here. Deportation.
You're out of here.
It's true.
So, in other words, folks, let me just put that in layman's
And by the
terms
way,
and translate.
everybody's angry now on Facebook.
I know.
Look how angry everybody
Donald
is
Trump.
on Facebook.
All right? Listen, people.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. But, you get people that say, oh, you can do it by yourself. It's very simple and all of that. And then you muck it up. And when you muck it up, you're screwed.
I bet you if
Do
we
not do that. That's just my opinion, and I'm disclaiming it. All right? Got to use all the legal terms here. All right?
I bet you if we added up all the 4 pages on the forms for the I-130, the I-485, this is just on a basic marriage case, the I-765,
864.
the I-864, the I-130A, the I-131 advanced parole, you're probably over 50 pages of filling out forms. Probably over 50 pages of it.
Probably now at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be an emergency. Someone's calling me on the radio from my office.
No, it's not an emergency.
You think we're still on the radio? Oh, they hung up.
No, it's not an emergency.
It's just what they do, right?
Yeah, no emergency. Just wanted to say hi, Squeeze. How are you?
1-800-529-5465. It's my turn.
Yes.
All right?
Didn't you just?
No.
Oh yeah, you
Yes.
got it. Go ahead. No, I asked. He's right.
My friend filed for her citizenship, and yesterday she got her paperwork back. They told her the form is outdated and she should use the 15 pages. Now she's worried.
Duh!
This goes back to why you need a lawyer.
Hello! Nobody listens to Squeeze!
Newman!
Then everybody walks around and says Squeeze is an A this and an A that. When I'm saying, people, I know it costs money, but listen, you invest in yourself.
Everybody's going to get those I-130s back now.
Yes.
And then guess what? You may have just screwed yourself officially. So
Yes.
I did a biometric on March 31st. How long do I wait now to get a work permit?
I would say it would take about 2 to 3 months from the date of the biometrics.
Oh, you know who's watching us now? Shannon.
Oh, really?
Is she in
Hi,
court?
Shannon.
Is she in
Hi,
court?
Shannon.
Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Yeah. Shannon's watching us because she was on the other day.
Yes.
You know.
So
She knows
she's
how much fun it is.
All right. Suppose you visit your wife, have a baby during the visit. Can we get a green card?
Who's the wife? A citizen?
Suppose you visit wife, have baby during visit. Can we get green card?
Is the wife a citizen?
Doesn't say.
Is the wife?
I think we
from-
need more
is-
information
Yeah,
about
we need
that,
more
yeah.
information about
We
what
need
the
more
wife-
info,
info is, right.
Give us a
Chris.
call. 1-800-529-5465. We have Singh here who says he was on a student visa, now married, and has a green card interview coming up soon. He's been to 3 schools. One was very strict, and he used to go on time. I'm guessing he meant full time. And others, too, were not strict, and he used to go here and there. Will this be a problem for him? When he applied when he was on a student visa, and he never lost that visa.
As long as he was in status, no.
Well, he's in status, I guess. I'm assuming he's in status.
Yes,
It
so
should be fine.
as long as he was in status and he graduated the schools and he took the exams and didn't fail,
Yeah.
and the schools passed him, then yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like a very good school you went to. It sounds like a big
No.
waste of money.
No.
But yeah.
Well, 3 of them.
Okay. Someone says that we are live at the Red Stripe Beer Company in Jamaica. We love the program.
I love Red Stripe.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love
We have-
beer.
Yeah.
I would
There
love
is
an
are you a
invitation.
beer drinker?
I am a beer drinker.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Yes.
By the way, the office, that $16 billion company, you get to drink beer on the job.
Very interesting.
Brad.
For real?
That is a policy
serious.
that you should consider.
Yes. Can you imagine? Come see the lawyers.
No, but
They're all
seriously.
drunk on beer.
No, but seriously.
They're all drunk.
You are.
Squeeze, great idea. All my lawyers are drunk
I'm
now.
not saying that.
And little Nicky's puking at the front
I'm
desk.
just saying the
Very
$16
good.
billion company allow it.
Very good. Little Nicky's puking on the clients at the front desk.
By the way,
lawyers are all drunk.
That's how that company was started.
That's a real smart idea.
Work and
Squeeze.
kegs of beer. That's how that
Kegs of
company was
beer.
started. That's how that company started. Work and kegs of beer.
All right, we're out of time.
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
don't
we
you
are.
give, why don't you give the number, Squeeze?
The number is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. And concluding it, good morning, all. I'm a permanent resident here, and my son is also here on a student visa for 5 years, and he's 20 years old. I'm thinking of filing for him, so I would like to know, how do I go about doing that, please? And thank you all.
Contact our office.
I-130 visa
Yeah,
petition.
I-130
Gotta start
visa
with there.
petition.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LawLink. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LawLink. That's 1-800-529-5465. Okay, thank you all so much for tuning in to, of course, Jenny and Squeeze. Oh, yeah, and Brad Bernstein, and Little Nicky, and SMG. This has been the Brad and Squeeze Show. We remind you to tune in, please, and share with your friends. Tell everybody, take a lunch break. Tune in to us at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And once again, do remember the number for the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, It's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. My name is David Squeeze Annakie. Thank you all so much for being here. Jenny, please visit us again.
Thank you, Squeeze. Thank you, Jenny.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye, folks. See you at 12.